Hi guys, today we're going to react to Ego Death by POLYPHIA featuring STEVE VAI. This is a Buy Me a Coffee request from Jim Nusbaum. Thank you, Jim, for this request. We appreciate all your support.
Thank you, Jim. We appreciate another request, this time not baby metal. So yeah, we're looking forward to checking this out, especially because I have to reveal this, but Steve Vai is actually my favorite guitarist all time.
Yeah.
I used to listen to him with Whitesnake, with his own band, with different lineups that he's been in. But yeah, I saw him live. Amazing. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it, especially after seeing a couple of songs by POLYPHIA, and they are amazing. So let's see what this one's about. For the reason that I was like excited to see Steve Vai, I'm kind of disappointed that we're 2 minutes in and we haven't seen him yet. But these guys are so freaking amazing that I was like so, grooving to the song, I forgot that he's supposed to be in it. There's just something so funky about these guys. Just the way they compose these tracks, it's just so, I don't know, there's something so mellow and cool about it. It just you just can't help but vibe with it. The way they play the guitars is just so cool. I don't know if it's actual tapping or tapping sounds that are usually reserved to acoustic guitars, but they do it here, with this special nylon, I don't know, strings or whatever it is that they're using. And a lot is talked about the guitar play in this band, but I have to say the bass slaps. And the drums are freaking excellent as well. So, these guys are just four amazing musicians. I just love their approach to the whole thing. And so far, every track just kind of gets me every time. I just can't help but sort of vibe along with it. Just awesome.
Yeah. When the first shot started, I'm taking in both the visuals and the sound. For a second, it felt like he played the guitar and it wasn't amplified. He was like jamming by himself and chilling in his living room or something like that. He was just trying out new things. I feel like they're trying to hone in on a particular sound, and that sound like takes a life of its own, and it grows, and they feed off each other, and they reach this very precise and very particular signature that they have. By this point, they're extremely recognizable. I listen to a POLYPHIA song and I'll recognize it's them immediately because of that specific style.
There's something about the demeanor that kind of seems like they're trying to say, this isn't about us. They look like they're not trying that hard, if you know what I mean. But they're also saying, like, this is not to show off. This is about the music. This isn't about us. This is about whatever feeling you get from it or whatever it does to you or something like that. It's like they're not really trying to, like, show off or take center stage or something like that. On the other hand, the first song that we saw just by them was called Playing God, which was interesting. But this one is Ego Death.
Yeah,
You know?
none of us.
Yeah. So it's like a little bit conflicting, but at the same time, it does have that same feel to it. Like,
Yeah.
these guys just seem really, really, really mellow and easygoing. There's something about the music that gives you that feeling, like we said last time, that you just kind of wait for someone to pass the joint.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah, it's like the whole thing is like this is what we're like when the music just flows out of us. They make it look so easy. It's like, oh, we're just chilling.
Yeah.
And you can easily forget probably the tens of thousands of hours of practice and honing in on their profession that got him to this level.
And there is something about them that they're just all about, like that vibe and that flow. So almost every time we see them, it seems like a jam session, a perfect jam session.
Yeah, yeah. Even though it's a catchy and pleasant experience all the way throughout, it feels like they slow down time when they play. It feels like they're bringing us to their energy. So
Yeah,
you
and
immediately relax. Yeah.
Yeah, it started more mellow, and then very quickly it kind of kicked into this sort of mid-range kind of thing. I don't know if this is going to go higher, but so far it's like it's got this really cool energy about it. I'm really loving it.
I forgot to pause the video so we can react mid-music video, but I kind of think it might have been a crime to pause after Steve Vai showed up. There's no other way to describe it. It feels like they let Steve Vai happen in the song. There's a notion I keep getting when I look at professional artists and whoever is hyper focused while they're doing what they do. I get it, especially with very skilled musicians, the likes of course, of Steve Vai. When they're performing and they're hyper focused, I envy them a little bit because in that moment, as you witness them, especially if you witness them live, you're looking at a person who knows exactly who they are. They know exactly who they are. They know exactly what they're about. You feel envy because you're pining to feel that same thing. I think that's what resonates, to me at least, most of when I see these performances, and the POLYPHIA members as well. These people know exactly who they are. It's like they're all collaborating in that frequency to express, each with their own print. Amazing to see that. And it's something that I've been carrying with me throughout my whole life, looking at people like that.
There were a few interesting points in the song where I was just thinking, these guys, people like Steve Vai, maybe even Steve Vai himself, were probably the reason they started playing guitar. So he must be at least one of their idols, if you know what I mean. So they would all have been kind of crapping their pants when they met him, but during the video, they looked like they were fine with the whole thing. And there's something very interesting because Steve Vai, to me, is not only the best guitar player I've ever seen, but also potentially the fastest. And here, he does not display any of that. There's nothing speed or showy about what his section playing here. He just kind of joined their flow and gave them the stage, even though he had like this solo. He didn't try to outdo them or anything like that. And it works perfectly with the tune, but also with the title. It's Ego Death. I'm not here to outshine these guys. Yeah. I'm here to pass the torch. I'm here to say, hey, I already know who I am. I've already done my thing. I have nothing left to prove. But these guys are awesome. So get a look at that. That's just what it felt like to me, you know? It just gave it all the more like a positive and good feeling. Even that little ending was interesting. Just playing that same tune and again with a different instrument coming into it. And I'm like, yeah, this is great. It's like them paying homage in a way to Steve Vai and the likes of Steve Vai, and Steve Vai saying, hey, this is your time. Amazing, just amazing. I just, yeah, I love this track.
I love that homage that they give. Even visually, the camera pulls away from them. They're still doing their own thing, and then Steve, my friend Steve, and then Steve Vai is revealed.
Mr. Vai,
Mr. Vai is revealed in his own throne. Like it's like they're so excited to have him on board, so they left his part for last. In my adult life, I always knew he was a phenomenal guitarist. He made a guest appearance in a film called Crossroads from 1986, starring Ralph Macchio. And Macchio in the film was a specialist guitarist who came from a classic background. The whole film is about blues playing and singing. The whole film is blues themed. At the end, there's a showdown between Ralph Macchio's character and Steve Vai. Ralph is able to beat Steve in the movie by playing a classical piece because Steve can't keep up with the rhythm and the intricacies. And later on, years later, I was 6 when the film came out. Years later, I learned that for the film's recording, Steve was the one who recorded those classical pieces. There's something encompassed in that. He's so amazing. He could even defeat himself in a showdown. It was so amazing to me to know that factoid. It made me love him even more.
Yeah. When I saw Crossroads, I already knew Steve Vai, from, again, Whitesnake and, his own albums and later with bands and different lineups. And I was always a massive fan. So to me, when seeing Crossroads, it was this amazing thing. I'm seeing, my favorite guitarist. I have to say, even though I knew he was playing both guitars or all guitars or whatever that in that showdown, I still felt bad when he lost. I'm like, yeah, right, yeah. Ralph Macchio beat Steve Vai in a guitar battle. Sure. It took away my suspension of disbelief. I remember that. But yeah, no, it's a great film actually. It's pretty good. So Steve Vai is awesome. POLYPHIA is friggin' awesome, and my respect for them as musicians, as a group, as a band is just growing with every song that we hear from them. Yeah. And yeah, this is, like I said, it's sort of the third time. The first time we heard them was with the Baby Metal collaboration, and then we heard two by themselves. Just freaking amazing. Thank you so much, Jim Nusbaum, for this request. All your requests have been freaking amazing, but yeah, this one is a bit of a special one for me personally. To get a bit of Steve Vai on the show, we have not covered anything with him involved so far, so this is amazing. And again, another excellent POLYPHIA track. Love the band. Fantastic song. Thank you again for the ongoing support.
Thanks, Jim. We enjoyed reacting to this instrumental very, very much. Reacting to Steve Vai is a privilege and a pleasure. Please, more like this would be much appreciated. We appreciate all your support, of course. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you get notified on all our future videos. If you have a request you'd like us to do a reaction for sometime in the next millennia, please make it through Buy Me a Coffee. All contributions are, of course, very much appreciated. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
As always, with this being our third time seeing POLYPHIA, they will now have their own playlist. So it should be displayed on the screen sometime about now. Please check it out. See our reactions to the band so far, and yeah, we'll keep adding to it as we go. Thank you so much for all the support. We appreciate you oh so much. We'll be back in a couple of days with a new episode, and we hope to see you then. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.